Dealing with COVID is difficult for anybody, and on the top of that, if you have to also take the due dates of compliances that you need to do, or the returns that you need to follow, or the payments that you need to do, is a cumbersome task. And considering this, Government of India, or CBDT as we call it, the Department of Income Tax, has released certain extensions for income tax. However, these extensions are not for the current year filing that we need to do for FY 2021. We will go through in details what all extensions have been given in the recent notification that has been issued by CBDT, and I will break down all the points for you. Let's get started. Hi there, my name is Sonia Davar, and on this channel, we discuss everything from business, finance, systems, and we give you all the tips, tools, and resources to help you not only start your business, grow your business into profits, and ultimately build your own wealth. And on this episode, we will be discussing all the recent income tax extensions that has been released by CBDT, and we will be breaking down what are those extensions and can you take advantage of any of those extensions. All the links that we discussed during this video are given in the description below, so don't forget to check the description of the video and go ahead and check all the links that we will be discussing. So, topic for today are about 6 income tax extensions that has been given by Income Tax Department by way of circular number 28 of 2021. That is what we would be discussing, and that circular has given certain extensions of income tax return, TDS, and certain other extensions as well, which we will be discussing later in this video. So if you have not filed ITR for FY 1920, do stay and watch this video till the end, and at last some recourse that you can file your income tax return, and if you have any refund due, you can claim those refunds, or at least if not anything else, you can comply with the requirements of income tax that you need to do it. What we are discussing today is the content of this circular number 8, and I will be breaking down the exact points that has been given, and this circular has been issued by CBDT under their powers of Section 119 of Income Tax Act, and I will break down all the technical jargon into what you can understand as a layman, so that you can know whether those extensions or those compliances are actually applicable in your case, and what is the extended time until which you can now complete those compliances. So the first point that we have is due date of filing of appeals under appeals to CIT appeals. Now, appeals can be filed at various levels like ITAT. This section exclusively talks about CIT appeals and not any other appeals. Like if you have received any order from ITAT and you are considering of contesting that order to CIT appeals, and the last date for filing of that appeal application is falling up to 1st of April 2021 or anytime after that, then you have an extension, and now you can apply for those appeals up to 31st of May, or as per the section that has been under which you are filing an appeal, 30 days from that time, and whichever is later becomes your due date by which you can comply with these requirements. So, for example, if you have to file an appeal by 15th of April, which is a timeline after 1st of April, you get a notice from ITAT, and after that you have like 30 days of time to apply for another appeal under CIT appeals. So your due date would be considered not only up to 31st of May, it can actually go beyond 31st of May, and you get the extended time under the section under which you are filing the appeal. So I hope I'm clear. In case if you have any questions, you can drop comments below. We will reply to those comments. Dispute resolution panel. Now, DRP again is another dispute resolution panel or committee that has been set up by Income Tax Department to resolve the disputes between assessee, that is the taxpayers, and the income tax department in a faster manner. If you have got any response from DRP to which you want to raise an objection, and due date of filing of any of those objection is falling on the 1st of April or any time after that, then this extension is applicable for you. And now the due date for you to file the objection to DRP will be 31st of March or under like whatever time provided under that section, whichever is later. So if you have time under the section under which you are filing objection to DRP, you have like 30 days time, or which is falling beyond 31st of May, then you get that extended time as well. So I hope again I'm clear, and this resolves all the dispute cases against, like, normally if we don't really have the time, so they have given us extended time to resolve any appeals or disputes that can be set later in terms of their priority. The next extension that we have is in case of notice under 148. So if you have seen among your friends, or if you have yourself got any notice under 148, which is basically income escaping assessment. So if you have received notice under income escaping assessment saying that from income tax department, saying that they have got to know that you have concealed income, and you are now given an opportunity to file your income with the income that they have found from other sources, then you have time. And the notice says that you need to file your ITR under 148 by 1st of April or anytime after that, then you have extended time now that you can file ITR under 148 of any of that financial year for which you have received the notice up to 31st of May, or the timeline that has been given in the notice, whichever is later. The next fourth extension that has been given in this circular that we are discussing today is due date for payment of TDS. So many sections actually ask you to update those TDS, and they have given extension. So general public, when many people on WhatsApp forwards have mentioned that income tax department has actually given extension for payment of TDS, people have assumed that it is actually for all the TDS, for business and individuals both. But this extension that has come for TDS is actually only for 3 sections, which are basically given to individuals who need to file or who need to pay TDS for any of these scenarios. So 194IA, which talks about payment of TDS on transfer of immovable property. So if you have bought any property, immovable property of more than 50 lakh rupees, then you had to pay 1% as TDS on that property. And now that timeline had been extended for you. From due date for payment of that TDS was 30th of April for you. You get another 1 month extension, and now you can pay that TDS amount by 31st of May. The next section which this extension talks about is 194IB, which is basically payment of rent. So if as an individual or HUF you are paying a rent of more than 50,000 per month, you need to deduct TDS and pay to the government. And if you are deducting and paying TDS as an individual, and your due date is 30th of April, you get another 1 month time, and now you can pay the TDS by 31st of May again. The third section which it talks about is 194M, and that section is if as an individual or a resident individual, you have hired another resident contractor over the financial year, you have paid them a fee or a contract value of more than 50 lakh rupees, then again you need to deduct their TDS as an individual and pay to the government. And whatever TDS you were required to pay up to 30th of April, which was the due date for you earlier, can now be paid up to 31st of May. The next extension that has been given in this circular talks about statement that needs to be furnished in form number 61, and this is the statement where you have done any transaction and you were required to submit PAN and you had not submitted your PAN, or if you have any agriculture income and you had to give your PAN but you don't have your PAN with that agricultural income, you have to submit a declaration in form number 61, and that form 61 was actually due to be filed till 30th of April. that Form 61 can now be filed up to 31st of May, and that is the extension that has been given. So the extension specifically talks about Form number 61, which talks in relation to the declaration to be made in Form 60. And Form 60 talks about where PAN is not available for any transactions which required PAN to be mentioned. The last and the most important extension that has been given, which had not been given earlier, people did not have any recourse on how to follow or how to file their ITRs. So many people, because of COVID, are not at their regular places and could not have actually filed their ITRs for FY 1920 or filed a belated ITR for FY 1920, which could be done only up to 31st of March. And that extension had not been granted at that time, had now been given, and now you have the opportunity to file your ITR for FY 1920. Or if you want to revise the ITR that you have filed for FY 1920, the time limit for which again was up to 31st of March, and you could not revise the ITR after that, you can now revise your ITR for FY 1920, and as well file a belated ITR. Like if you have not filed it before the due date or before 31st of March, you now have the only and the last opportunity to file your ITRs for FY 1920, and that due date has been extended only up to 31st of May. And if you think that the extended time limit for filing your belated ITR or revised ITR for FY 1920 is not sufficient for you to file your ITRs up to 31st of May, I want you to put your comments down so that we can report those cases to ICI and ultimately to Income Tax Department, that there are so many people who are still suffering and who have not filed your cases, and we can ask again to have this due date extended. And do let us know if you think that this extension is okay and you can file your belated ITRs. If you're wondering what would be the due dates for filing ITR for FY 2021, the financial year which just got over, I have created a separate video which talks about all the due dates that you need to keep in mind, whether your ITR is due to be filed till 31st of July or till 30th of September or till 31st of October. So whatever is the due date in your case for filing your tax compliances for FY 2021, there is a separate video which is attached in the link above at I button and also been given in the description below. So I would highly recommend you to go and check the other videos so that you can prepare in advance your ITR details for FY 2021, so that you don't really need these extensions again by the time next year due dates come. And if you have not already, then I would highly recommend you to download the free guide that we have created, which talks about all the tax deductions that are available to an individual. And there are many tax deductions that are available, and we generally only tend to remember the main ones like ATC, ATD, but there are several other tax deductions which are available to an individual, and you can take advantage of them. And I have given all of those in this free guide, which you can download for free at the link which is given in the screen, or it is there in the description below as well. So go ahead and download this guide and let me know if this guide helps you to understand income tax better and plan for your taxes, and can help you save lakhs of rupees in taxes. So that's it from today. If you got any value from this video, even a tiny little bit, to like this video, and so that we can actually reach to more and more people. And while you're doing this, I would highly recommend you to subscribe to this channel so that you can always get the notifications when we drop new content online. And with this, Sonia Davar signing off.